the sentence of death.
That's right.
You got to be willing to put your life on the line for the Lord.
That's right.
This is a person where you're going to name the name of Christ.
That's right.
He will allow you to get in a situation that's outside your control. That's a good thing. Because being one person, I like control. My wife will testify that it wouldn't be good right now, I might put out. But anyway, that's another broadcast. I like to be in control of things. When I'm not in control, I'm not comfortable. I like to know what my kids are. I like to know what's going on in my house. I like things done. I like control. I like knowing when bills come, when they pay. I like control. I like to know what's in the refrigerator and where my ice cream is in the deep freezer. I love control. Before Janet Jackson hit control, I've been there. Been there. But you know what's good? He started to move control. The things I used to know, I don't know no more.
That's right.
Things I used to control, you can't handle that. You know what that allows me to do? Now I need to look to somebody that's higher than myself.
That's right.
When you got control, it's hard to want to look for somebody else to try to help you fix something that you feel like you already got control of. So I need to remove some things. I need to put some situations in your life which will cause you now, look unto me.
That's right.
He told the whole earth, look unto me that you be saved. What does it take for that to happen? He's got to put some situation or undo some situation in your life. So now you need somebody stronger than yourself. You need somebody with a little more information than what you have. You used to knowing everything. I know somebody know more than what you know.
That's right.
You used to handle things. I know somebody can handle it better than you can handle it. And until you can accept that, until that happens, you will never make changes to really love yourself.
That's right.
He asked you a question in Luke the 6th chapter, about the 46th verse. Why call you me Lord, Lord? And do not the thing. Why would you call him Lord, Lord, and don't observe the feast days?
That's right.
Why would you call him Lord, Lord, and don't keep the Sabbath?
That's right.
Why would you call him Lord, Lord, and you're a man, your way thing pertaining to a woman, your way thing pertaining to a man? Why call you me Lord, Lord, and do not the things I say?
That's right. That's right.
You can love your neighbors, bless them, they curse you, do all these things, but you disannul his commandments, and it becomes to none effect.
That's right.
You see? They all work together simultaneously. They all got to be fitted together in order to get you to be a complete builder in Christ. You can't keep Xing things out, keep looking for things that's close to it. Ain't nothing beat the real thing.
That's right.
Nothing beat. You know Coca-Cola? They just always put on the side of the real thing. Now you can go get Kroger-Coke and it's all right, but it's nothing like the real thing. After a while, even you start tasting, this stuff kind of tastes like the can. You know when you get the first one, you fool yourself. I don't need no Coke. This just like Coke. By the time you start drinking, you say, this ain't no Coke. And that's what'll happen when you start substituting truth with lies.
That's right.
With compromise.
That's right.
You won't be the fitted building you ought to be in constructed in him because you hadn't done what it takes. You hadn't considered something I want y'all to do in my clothes. I asked the church, take your checklist. Sit down and check what's the most important things to you in your life. Don't tell no lie about it. Your job, your car, your house. Put all these things on paper. Look at the time you got in them. Most of you got your houses, well, now they don't fix it up for you. Some of you might got 10 or 15-year mortgage, but the ones that wasn't that bright, we got the 30-year mortgages. Now they're offering you 45, but you're willing to commit to that. 45 years. You don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't sign a paper saying 45 years from now you're going to pay off a house. And your job, you don't even know tomorrow your job done fired you already. They closed down insufficient funds. And you don't sign a contract saying 45 years from now you're going to pay a paper with an ending year date and a month date saying you're going to pay for it. And you won't commit your life to God? And you don't know what tomorrow going to bring? A lot of us sign contract for cars. Used to be you got a car, you paid either in 2 years or 4 years. Now they made it convenient. We will extend it. If it's a high-end car, we'll give you 10. Everybody you see with a BMW and Mercedes, they ain't paying for it in no 5 years. They're paying 10 years on it. And the sad part, in 10 years, the car won't be worth a dime.
That's
but
right.
you know what? I look good. Look at the commitment people make. And you know what? These things are going to be testimonies against you.
That's right.
You saying for 10 years, you will labor and pay and stay on time and up to date on this vehicle? That won't be worth nothing. You don't think none of your soul. Now, you be the judge. You ought to go to hell.
Amen.
You ought to go to hell now.
Amen.
You made a lot of commitments. You paid into insurance policies. You've done all kind of things you've done, and you have made no kind of effort. You set up nothing with the Most High God to assure you at the expiration of your life, you can be resurrected. What have you done? Now you be the judge. When I tell you you don't love yourself, you be the judge. Do you really love yourself? You made all these carnal commitments. You signed off on all kind of things. No way you can honestly sit down and testify you'll be able to do these things. But you got faith. I just believe if I'm here, I'll do it. And you don't have faith and confidence in him to serve him till you die. You ought to go to hell. You ought to go to hell now. Think about it. When you sat down and make that check, there's all the things you've done. You put your money in investments. In 20 years, 10 years, 30, 60 years, you will be able to walk out with X amount of dollars. And God let Madoff come on the news. You know what? God already ordained before he got him. His mama looked for a man. He probably the ugly fella she seen, but it's somebody last name. What's his last name? Madoff. You know ain't nothing worth to go and telling somebody ran off with your money and say, what's his name? Madoff. You know what? 2020 hindsight. Man, his last name told me not to give him nothing. Right. The people he allowed to do this, who invested their money, millionaires and billionaires. People that make living off investment, watching the stock market. All these things they made money on, he took it to try to let America know you'll never be stable. That's right. Trying to let people know you can't trust in that. Paul told her don't trust in uncertain riches. Right. That's why he said, as we allow to God to be put in trust with God, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but God. He tried our heart. That's right. People won't trust us. They'll trust everybody but the man of God. They'll put their confidence in the flesh. They'll put their confidence in every other situation, in jobs, and in automobile. They walk out. I don't know anybody, well, only a couple maybe. Then they walk out, before they crank up their car, they pop the hood and make sure the battery posts on. I don't know anybody, every time they go out, they ask somebody, hey, can you give me a boost? I ain't sure my car gonna crank. You got confidence. That's right. You know what your battery says if you pop your hood? 60 months. How long you had it? 2 years. I know it's gonna crank. I still got some months left. Today, you are a fool. And you ought to go to hell. Because you trust that battery. You just know that engine. When you do this, it's going to turn. Come on, I want you to hear my coming from me. Why don't hit it? Why one time? See that? I ain't got to mess the gas. One time, I knew I was going to do that. You know what God say? But you don't trust me like that. Nobody. How many of y'all inspected that chair, looked at the weight capacity before you sat down? Why would you? You know it's going to fit. It's got to hold you, baby. You know who you is. And you know what y'all say? You got to go to hell. You won't trust me, though. That chair could have gave away. You ain't even take the weight capacity before you sat down. Ate 300 buns and washed it down with some Ben and Jerry. I just know it's going to hold me. I just know my car. Matter of fact, you ain't even work. When you walk out the house, I ain't even going to set my alarm. Ain't nobody crazy to come in my house. And you know what God say? You got to be crazy. Because you trusting in something and you don't trust in me. I'll make sure your house get broke in. Ain't none of y'all never said they ride down the street. Car, hit me. I wish they would have. My insurance company, how you know your insurance company ain't folded? You just got confidence, don't you? You just know ain't nobody crazy enough to hit you. But you don't know you ought to go to hell, though, did you? That's why I stopped by to let you know that you need to start prioritizing things in a different manner. You need to stop trusting in everything and just making sure and just keep believing of it. It's just annoying. I just know it's going to happen, and you don't know nothing with God. That's right. You don't have your life say, how can you be? If I was you, I'd be on pins and I'd be chewing my finger. I'd chew the little meat down. Because that's the most important thing in your life, and you hadn't gotten that right yet. You have not made preparation to make sure you got the most important thing you should have gotten right. You had it, but you made sure everything. You made sure when you die, your family, when they crying and hollering, it won't be because you don't have insurance. You made sure if anything should happen, you even was smart enough because cancer running your family. And you know what you did? You went on and got cancer insurance so they'll pay you while you off and you getting treatment and radiation. You're so smart. When you bought your lawnmower, you made sure when you pulled it, you forget to put all that lock up. You went to Sears and got an